I'm a little bit late. I was supposed to record this video a couple days ago, and I did. The only problem is that I shot it in 4K, and my super old laptop does not like 4K for whatever reason. Anyways, I was supposed to outline what this business idea is that I had, and I'm still going to do that. I'm just taking a little bit of a different approach. So, basically, the business idea is personal branding. And what does that mean? Everybody has a personal brand. So you have one, I have one, your mom has one. It's all about perception and what people think of you when they see stuff that's by you. And what I mean by that is every time you post something on the internet, every time that you say something and people hear it, every time people see your face, every time people interact with you in some sort of way, they have some sort of perception of you and what they think and some sort of emotion that's tied to that. Basically, my job is to take who you are, figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are, and what you want to be put out to the world, and make that your brand. Build you as a person, and then translate that onto whatever company you may have. This is something that's maybe meant for young professionals, realtors, salespeople, people who have a small business who want to grow it a little bit more. It's basically making you the mascot of the brand. And I think it's a good idea to do you as the face of it versus something else because it gives you options, right? So if you sell energy drinks, for example, and you're the energy drink guy, and that's your whole branding, your content, that can do really, really well. But the problem comes when you want to switch genres and do something else, and now you want to make fishing videos, and everybody has this preconceived notion that you're the energy drink guy. You have this going on. That's the thing with humans is they change and they don't stay the same, and things always happen. So if you have somebody invested in you as a person, there's a lot stronger likelihood that they stick around if you decide to switch to something else. Of course, you're going to have your pillars and your things that are going to be what you mainly focus on. So, for example, my pillars are going to be business, mental health, building yourself as a person. I guess that's kind of mental health. So, I guess self improvement, sort of journaling. I don't know. It's kind of hard to define yourself. Like I say journaling because I'm documenting this process. It's kind of hard to find these things, these identifiers that are you and your personal brand and what you should be focusing on most when you're trying to put something out to people. So basically, that's my job is to figure out what those things are. Or let me redefine this into a sentence. My job is to help people realize who the best version of themselves are and translate that into their brand. What that exactly means, I am still figuring that out. That's kind of a gray area because there's a little bit of a dilemma here. One is how do I push having a personal brand or being a coach for it without having a strong online presence or a super strong personal brand myself, right? So that's struggle number one. Sorry, my other light died, so hopefully this one's somewhat decent as well. That's one roadblock. Another roadblock, which kind of plays into the first one, is that I don't have experience in this. How am I supposed to advise somebody on how to brand themselves if I don't exactly know what the step is that they need to be taking? So those are some of the main struggles that I need to be able to get over. There's a couple different avenues and a couple different routes that I could take with this. Which one I'm choosing is still kind of up in the air. The thing that is probably going to work out a little bit better for this sort of deal is doing like game plan sort of deals, and I can learn that and figure out how that works. But I don't think I can quite do coaching and consulting just yet. I think I need to figure out like kind of a game plan. So it's like, hey, maybe it's logo design you need. Maybe you need to post more. Maybe you need to let me do this. So I don't know if I can figure this out, but I want to try to put on. Whoa. Okay. Hopefully this is working here. This is OBS. I do a lot of talking to AI, if you can tell. So if you want to read this, it's starting a personal branding business, but I don't necessarily know what that is, what that entails, or what service delivery looks like. And I want to help people discover who they are and put that into the format that can be expressed. I like to be recurring, and I like to work directly with the face of the brand rather than run it like a marketing campaign. Everyone wants to be famous, and my goal is to help you recognize the best version of yourself and put that into a medium others can see. Please ask me questions, give me ideas or general advice as to what this business model even looks like and what I even do if I were to take this path. Then a whole bunch of talking between me and this thing. AI is incredibly powerful. So I would definitely use it if you want to solve any sort of problem at all. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Back to OBS. Hopefully that worked. Um, but yeah, it's kind of rough figuring out what exactly I want to do for this sort of thing. So there's all this fun stuff about like creating the website and like thinking about doing it. The problem is I actually have to fulfill the service. I have to do the thing. So yeah, like any business, it's I have an idea, but I need to figure out what I actually need to do. I don't exactly know what I sell yet, which is fine, I think, for now. Can't stay that way forever, but that's kind of our goal for today is just kind of working through that and figuring out what I need to do to get this thing off the ground. So, what does that mean for this channel? I need to get this going a little bit more. And I think I might start making some like editing cuts and making this a little bit more professional. You can kind of see it in this video where I've done a couple cuts and I haven't just left it as is and just pressed record and started going. Plus, I'm trying to be a little more thoughtful with my speech instead of just slurring and just hanging out and just letting anything pop out of my mouth. Only problem is I do like doing the uncut version of that. So what I think I might do is start maybe a second channel where I am just talking and all the thoughts are coming out of my head as they come. We'll see. But the main thing is that this channel has to grow a little bit. Probably start doing some shorts, probably start making this a little bit more professional, and maybe doing some sort of content that's not as personable, which that kind of sucks, and I don't like doing that. And I do want to keep the same sort of tone that we have here, but this is kind of what I picture this channel doing at some point in time, which is growing and becoming a different thing. So this is kind of a transformation and a switch into what I want to be doing in the future, which is making professional quality stuff, right? So I can't stay doing the whole just yapping to the camera the whole time. I have to switch and grow as a person. I do like doing that, and I do want to keep the same vibe of being very personable and keeping my thoughts 100% and a buck with whoever's listening to it. I think it just has to be on a different platform. And what I mean by that is a different channel. So something like Grant Gober unedited, that's what I will probably end up doing. We'll see. But for now, I think we're going to start doing light edits into the videos. So just cutting out all the ums and buts and uhs, and you don't even know it. But during a lot of those cuts, there are a lot of bloopers where I'm like messing up my words and reshooting. And, we're at 14 minutes right now. I've probably cut out a good like 4 to 5 minutes of me just like messing up and yapping and saying the wrong thing. So probably a little bit more of that moving forward and doing a little bit more content. I want to start really pumping it up on here if possible. That's kind of the first step, and then figuring it out as I go, putting that onto the channel for you to see my progress and going from there. So that's kind of what we got in the works. Hopefully that's something that is gonna work out. We'll see. We'll do our best to make adjustments and see what we need to change and like kind of get a clear goal and definition of what my service is, what I'm delivering, and what I need to do. It takes a little bit of time, but the main thing you have to remember is to just start something, even if it's really gross and messy. Just hit record, just start going. Like that is the number one thing you can do to not stay where you're at. If you don't take a step, you'll never move from your location. So take a step, even if it's a sideways one, even if it's a backwards one, whatever it may be, as long as you're moving and pushing forward, that's where progress happens and you can learn and change as you go. So that's been my time. Hopefully you enjoyed it, got something of value out of it, maybe. Who knows? Um, yeah, I'm excited for channel changes, and hopefully you are as well. Gonna be building this thing out here soon. So Thank you for watching me. Yeah, but whoa, what the dude? Yeah, this is because of my it's because of my setup. Sorry, just quick little thing. Hopefully that popped through. I'm just gonna edit this out if it didn't. But I'm filming off my iPhone, so it's some sort of weird FaceTime thing. Wait, that's funny. Um, I'm just gonna edit this all out. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you around.